Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. When it comes to perfecting our skincare routine, I think the one step we always seem to overlook is our moisturizers. We spend so much time curating our serum collection, looking at toners, essences, cleansers, and then by the time we get to moisturizers, we just slap on whatever we have laying around. I noticed quite a big increase in the number of expensive moisturizers on the market too, people reaching for bougie and luxury options, and I'm here to say you just don't need to do any of that, but we shouldn't neglect our moisturizers either. If you choose the right moisturizer, it can be a really quick and inexpensive way to level up your skincare routine and the results that you see. So, in that spirit, I want to share with you the best facial moisturizers of 2026. Those products that are going to genuinely deliver for you. And I've got something here for every price point, skin type, and of course, outcomes that people are looking to achieve. So sit back, relax, let's celebrate the best moisturizers of 2026. Now, in today's video, I'm going to share with you my own personal favorites and recommendations. These are the ones that have worked so well for me, but I want to hear from you guys too. Sound off in the comments section below and let me know your go-to moisturizer of choice. What's that product that you reach for most frequently and has made the biggest difference to your hydration levels? Don't gatekeep it, share it in the comments, because I really think here on Mad About Skin, we're one big family and we can learn from each and every one. Also, just know that as always, this video isn't sponsored and it isn't in paid partnership, and videos on the channel never will be. I turned down that coin because I pride myself on my independence and the ability to speak from the heart and never the wallet. So if you want to support me as a truly independent, sponsorship-free content creator, the best way of doing that is by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. The more likes the video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute it on its platform. So from the bottom of my heart, love to each and every one of you. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So as I said, today I've got something for every price point and skin type, and I think when it comes to moisturizers, it is really important to choose one that aligns to your individual skin's needs. Don't go for something too thick and heavy if you have very oily, acne prone skin, and conversely, don't go for something super lightweight if you need that extra hydration or you're more dryness prone. It's really about shopping strategically, and like I said, I've got something here for everyone, and I've linked and listed them all down in the description box below. So if you want to check the price point, read the reviews, or make a purchase, those links are all there for your convenience. Now, let's start out with a couple of brands that offer something for everyone. A little bit of a trend in skincare and moisturizers for 2026. Brands coming out with various different thicknesses of their core moisturizers. Something for a more dryness-prone skin type, and then something lighter for a more oily skin type. This I absolutely love, because I think by doing this, brands just make sure their moisturizers are accessible to everyone. And I've got a couple of products that deliver that. First and foremost, we have this. This is the Remedy Barrier Repairing Rich Cream Moisturizer. This is the rich version, which is absolutely packed full of humectants and moisturizers, great for a more dryness prone skin type. And they'd also do a light version of it too, perfect if you have a more oily or combination oily skin. Choose the one that aligns to what your level of hydration needs are, and that way you can't go wrong. I'm someone that's actually quite oily and acne prone, and so in summer I definitely will be using the light version. But here in winter, it's been very cold. It's been very wet, it's been very windy in the UK, and my skin has gone through it a little bit. So I've actually found myself reaching for the rich version more often than not. And so I actually think sometimes having a lightweight and a more heavy duty moisturizer on hand is quite a strategic way to play it. That way you can use what your skin needs on that particular day. In winter, I go for the rich. In summer, my skin is only going to need that light version. But I think it's really nice that we have two options from the same skincare line that really mean you can choose the one that most aligns to your needs. They all come with this easy applicator, which I love. Perfect if you're somebody that doesn't like to be digging into your moisturizers. You want it all easy. You can just then wipe this over when you're done. I personally love that. And they're not super expensive either. Remedy actually just launched some new cleansers too, so let me know. I got them in the post about 2 days ago, so let me know if you'd like a little bit of a new Remedy cleanser update video. Quite happy to film that. But their moisturizers, genuinely something special. Not overloaded with actives, so they just slot perfectly into the end of your skincare routine, lock in all that hydration, give you that smooth, plump look to the skin, and they've got one for each skin type. The same actually goes for Geek and Gorgeous. Now, Geek and Gorgeous, like Remedy, are one of my all-time favorite skincare brands. They are just perfection with their formulations. And they do two moisturizers. They do this, the Happier Barrier, and they also do the Hydration Station. Same theory as with the Remedy ones. One's lighter and one's more heavy duty. This Happier Barrier one is the heavy duty one. The Hydration Station is the one for more oily skin that has a lighter finish on it. I do wish they'd switched around the names a little bit to make it easier to understand. You know, call one rich, one light, that way we know where we stand. But just remember, the Happier Barrier is the more heavy duty one. The Hydration Station is the lighter weight moisturizer. They're actually both very different in terms of formulation, and this I really like. Whereas the Remedy ones are very similar in terms of their base formulation, one just has more hydrators and humectants in. Geek and Gorgeous have actually taken a different approach and have different base formulations for both of them, and this is kind of good. This is good if you're wanting to play around in terms of the benefits you can see. I think the Happier Barrier is fantastic for that intense hydration needs. It's also oil-based, so it's great if you have a lot of blackheads, sebaceous filaments, and you want to do something called oil pulling. That's where you use an oil-based moisturizer and you massage it into the areas where you have that congestion for about 5 minutes, and it actually removes that oil, those plugs, those blackheads from the skin. It genuinely works. If you haven't tried that, get this one, the Happier Barrier, and give it a go. I promise you it'll work. I did a whole tutorial on how to do that, which I'll dig out and I'll link up there. This is great if you're looking for a nice oil-based heavy-duty moisturizer. The Hydration Station one actually is much more lightweight. It has a gel finish to it, and it's packed full of ectoin. Ectoin's great as being a barrier boosting ingredient. So if you're somebody that really wants to improve the skin barrier health, but also have a really nice and lightweight level of hydration, then I think the Hydration Station is a great option. Both wonderful in their own right. And like I said, when I was talking about the Remedy ones, you could buy both because they're very inexpensive and use them depending on what your skin needs on that day. You could even go as far as to say use the heavy duty one where you need the extra moisture on your drier areas. On your less dry areas, you could use the other. You can play about with it if you want because the price point is so accessible, which I love. Now I want to come to a recommendation for a moisturizer that also has sunscreen in it. I don't normally reach for moisturizers with SPF because I find most of the time the formulations aren't great. I actually play it the other way around. I'll generally go for a sunscreen that's so hydrating it acts as a moisturizer too. That's the way that I like to play it, but there are some moisturizers with SPF that are worth looking at, and actually my favorites are these. These are the Ultrist Anti-Redness Pigmentation Fighting Moisturizers. So these are packed full of humectants and hydrators, but they also have sky-high UVA and UVB protection and some color correction too. So if you're somebody whose skin presents very much as redness prone, you have discoloration, hyperpigmentation is your #1 skin concern, get this, because the level of protection is unparalleled. They actually put the PPD rating, which is the rating that indicates the level of UVA protection you're getting, and this is the highest you're going to see, PPD 52. Anything over 19 is considered sky high, 52. The level of protection in here is off the charts. So if hyperpigmentation is your #1 skin concern, try these out. They actually go on with a slight greenish tint to them, which then obviously helps with the color correction because green will cancel out red and just give you a gorgeous look to the skin. It's invisible, it doesn't cause any ashiness or distortion to the tone of the skin, which I love. And they actually do 2 different intensities. So this is the light version, this is the standard version. So if you want a quite intense green color correction, go for the standard. If you want something that's just a little bit more subtle, which is the one that I just used, the light version is a good place to start. These are the few products that I would say genuinely work as moisturizers with sunscreen in them. 2-in-1. If streamlining is something you're trying to do in 2026, get that, as it's a moisturizer and a sunscreen all in one. And I would say a genuine game changer if hyperpigmentation is your #1 skin concern. Now, I would say all the products that I spoke about so far have been quite budget friendly and accessible, which is where my heart lies. I am drugstore to my core. I love things that are accessible and affordable, but I don't mind paying a little bit more if I'm going to get a little bit more for it. And that's where this little gem comes in. This is the Medik8 Advanced Pro Collagen Peptide Cream. Now, this is a little bit up there in terms of the price point. I believe when I bought it, I paid £58 for it. So it's not super cheap, but it's also not ridiculously overpriced like a La Mer moisturizer, which I would never recommend. It's somewhere in the middle. And the good thing about this is it's actually a 3-in-1. So in here, you've got your growth factors, so it replaces a growth factor serum. You've got your peptides, so it acts as a peptide serum. You've got your moisturizer, so it replaces your moisturizer. It's a 3-in-1. And if you see it like that, actually that £60 price point, I think is much more accessible than if you were just using this in place of one product. It's a 3-in-1, again, in keeping with that streamlining. I love this. As you can see, I go through this so quickly because my skin just drinks it up. Now, this layers really well on top of itself. So that amount that I just put on there is probably all I would put on for first layer. I would then let it sink in, get in synergy with the skin. And if my skin needs a little bit more, I'll put another small layer on top. Most of the time, I don't need to. A little goes such a long way because it's so rich. And so, yeah, it also will last me like 3 months with a bottle like this, which again is how I personally justify the price. Why I buy this time and time again, though, is it contains something called carnosine. Carnosine is actually the best ingredient in skincare for preventing glycation. Glycation is where free sugars in the skin attack collagen and cause premature aging. So if you can keep glycation to a minimum, you'll minimize inflammation and collagen degradation. I mean, it's great for anti-aging. Carnosine, the best ingredient for preventing that glycation, and it's really difficult to find. Good concentration of it in this. So again, it adds to the anti-aging element, meaning this is worth it every single time. Right, I'm going to round things out with a moisturizer option for people that have super oily skin and then a body recommendation later. So let's start out for those people out there that don't feel they need a moisturizer. They don't want one, they don't feel their skin needs one. I was in this category for the longest time thinking because my skin was so oily, I didn't need a moisturizer. And actually I realized that by foregoing the moisturizer, my skin was overcompensating and actually producing even more oil. And by just lightly hydrating the skin, over time, my skin produced less of that excess oil. I got fewer breakouts, and moisturizers actually really help my adult acne and my oily skin. I want us to reset our minds when it comes to oily skin and the use of moisturizers. Just don't go for something too heavy. You don't need it, but you still do need a touch of that hydration. And a new product that hit the market is this. This is the Ordinary Rice Lipids and Ectoin Micro Emulsion. It's a serum that badges itself as being a moisturizer. And this I'd say is pretty special. Now the reason I say this is it is super lightweight. It's a beautiful emulsion, which if you can see how this actually applies, very lightweight, but gives a meaningful level of hydration like you would get from a moisturizer. So if you're somebody that wants just super lightweight hydration, this is the one I'd go for. You can use it at the end of your routine like you would a moisturizer, or you can use it amongst your serums. It's really up to you. But that Ectoin is wonderful for boosting the barrier function of the skin, for hydrating and nourishing. And I just find that even if you have super oily skin, give it a little TLC, give it a little hydration, just something super lightweight, and it'll make such a difference. This isn't the only Ectoin like moisturizer hydrating serum that exists. There are some others, and I compared this to all the ones on the market in a recent video. So I'll leave a link to that up there. Check it out if you want to see a bit more of a comparison. The Ordinary is the cheapest that does this style of product, which is why I think most people go for it, but there are other ones on the market. Then last, but by no means least, let's talk body care. The body needs that hydration, and definitely there are products that can help with that. But I like to keep it really inexpensive when it comes to the body. There's a lot of body, and so you can end up going through a lot of product really quickly, and that bill racks up. So I've got a little hack that I want to share with you. Get this. This is the Ultrist Dermatologist Moisturizing Body Lotion, £5, and I think you get 200 ml. So a huge amount of product, £5. This has 6% urea, which is a protein softener, so it'll soften the skin, gently exfoliate if used regularly, and it'll keep any hyperpigmentation and areas of discoloration in check. Stunning. It's also beautifully rich and hydrating. The best body moisturizer you will ever find, and £5. £5. I mean, you can technically use this on the face as well if you want to. It's quite thick, so I think it would work better for dry skin, but you absolutely can if you want. So good. What I do is I take a couple of drops of this. This is from my own brand. This is the Matter Out Skin Ultimate Anti-Aging Oil. This is a retinol-based anti-aging oil. I'll put some of this in the palm of my hand. I'll add 2 drops of this to it, work it together and spread it on the body. Together, these come to about £20 and will give you the best anti-aging, smoothing and hydrating combo ever. 2 products and your body will be summer ready in no time at all. Take it from me. Give it a go. you will see results from that first application, and you're getting your anti-aging pro collagen fix with the oil, you're getting your body softening, smoothing and hydrating from this cream. Together they are a match made in heaven. And if you're not tempted by that enough, I have left a cheeky little discount code for this one down in the description box below that's going to get you 25% off to bring that cost down further, because trust me, if you haven't tried this combo, your body is missing out, and it's the quickest and cheapest way to get summer ready in a flash without stressing things out. So there you have it, guys. What I think are the best facial moisturizers of 2026. Don't overpay. Put down the La Mer. Not that I don't think many people actually buy La Mer. I think most of it is just, it's hype over actual purchases. But you know what I'm saying? Don't overpay. You don't need to. You can get some really great high quality moisturizers at the drugstore. There's something here for everyone. Brands are now coming out with multiple formulas for different skin types, and I love that. I think moisturizers are really leveling up in 2026, and I want everybody to be aware of what's out there so they can get the very best options for their skin. Hopefully this has helped. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.